Can Cardano get all the way up to Ethereum's market cap? Can it actually start competing with Ethereum? And consider this, guys, Ethereum hasn't even reached its full potential. It's only just about to break its previous all-time high from that last bull run. So can Cardano actually compete here? Well, this sets the stage here. Grayscale's Cardano ETF move and record holder surge. Analysts optimist on ADA's future. Apparently, Grayscale Investments has officially registered the Grayscale Cardano Trust ETF in Delaware, marking a significant step toward bringing a spot Cardano ETF to market. Remember, what gave Ethereum the biggest boost was things like this: Ethereum ETFs, Ethereum introduced into treasuries, Ethereum also being included in the US crypto reserve. But if you guys recall, Cardano was in that US reserve mix as well. So a Grayscale Cardano Trust ETF sets the stage in a much bigger way. This gives institutions a doorway to gain exposure to Cardano. So we have looming demand, and while the people currently holding Cardano, well, guess what? 15 billion ADA tokens have remained untouched for over a year. This is the first time where so many ADA tokens have remained untouched for such a long period. So if I had to ask you to guess right now, if Cardano were to move all the way up to Ethereum's MCAP and truly start competing with it, what price would Cardano be at? Well, I've done a comparison for you guys. Calculate the price of Cardano with the market cap of Ethereum. Where does this take Cardano up to? $15.78 per ADA. If ADA were to move up to Ethereum's market cap right now and truly start competing with it, $15.78 would be the price. Honestly, a 16x on an altcoin that has also been introduced into the US crypto reserve while also boasting a potential ETF on the horizon. This is not unrealistic. But let's just say you want to be modest here. You've been punched down too many times by Cardano. You do not want to get your hopes up. Let's take this number and cut it by half. That would bring the target down to $7.89. Does this target remind you of anything? This is for those of you who've been following my Cardano analysis for some time. Does this target of $7.89 remind you of anything? Well, I've been harping on about this multi-year bullish cup and handle formation that is yet to break out. On the breakout, we trigger the pattern. This takes Cardano all the way up to $7.16. How is that for a technical picture that comes together so well? You know, this is for those of you who got into the comments section in one of my previous videos asking me, Krisha, is this even possible? Is an $8 target even possible for Cardano? Well, now you see the story unfolding right in front of your eyes. So to answer your question, yes, this target range is achievable. In fact, with a backdrop of the Cardano Trust ETF plus ADA being included in the US crypto reserve mix, we could potentially even see higher. So yes, this is all very exciting, but does that mean that, hey, you fade all TA and jump in right here, right now? I mean, Cardano has had quite an explosive move over the past 24 hours. But from my experience with ADA, this is only just the beginning of this move. I believe ADA is currently getting into its next markup phase, as it did right here and as it did right here. Now, for those of you who have the dynamic indicator, I gave you guys the biggest edge. I told you exactly what it is that you need to be looking out for to understand when is Cardano going to run. I told you as soon as Cardano starts breaking above that dynamic resistance, okay, I want to see candle closes above that region. That is your signal, because on the previous two runs, as we had right here back in November of 2023 as well as November of 2024, it was the same signal all over again. Price reclaimed dynamic resistance and ran a good 155% to the upside. On the second attempt as well, it's honestly a textbook. Price reclaimed dynamic resistance. That was a good 180% to the upside. Now, once again, we're getting the same signal. So do you jump in right now, right away? Well, for that, fall back onto the dashboard. Guys, the dashboard is going to help you filter out the coins worth trading. The worst thing you can do for yourself right now is get caught in an asset that is not moving in the middle of a bull market. Okay, that's opportunity cost. So keep up with the dashboard as well as keep up with the premium videos, because every time we see a trade setup, we're going to be posting it in there. Now, ADA USD, we got longs across the board. If you caught any of these trends when the dashboard fired the signal, you are up at the minimum, okay, 4.69%. If you caught on the 4-hour time frame, geez, you're up 13% on the trade so far. But we all know Cardano's rallying right now, right? The question is, should we be jumping in right now, right here, for those of you who found yourself out of position? Is this a good bid? Well, the volatility is telling us that we can capture a better bid on ADA and to wait a tad bit. Currently, the 4-hour, 12-hour, as well as the daily all flashing red. But 2-day is blue. That's something to note. Okay, so right now it's telling us that, listen, you can see a lower time frame pullback, and that pullback might be a great bid opportunity to capture. Now guys, if you're looking to take the trade on ADA, you do not know where to go, you're still on the hunt for a good exchange, well, we are using BitUnix and have been loving the experience so far. I cannot recommend them enough. Go ahead and check them out, and well, if you use the link in the description below, you can get up to 5.5k in deposit bonuses. It's going to help you buffer against losses and help you capture the most on the upside. For the bid opportunity, I say fall back onto the lifeline support region right here. We have the buy opportunity coming in at 90 cents, going down to 87 cents. Man, this worked out so well, because if you managed to actually capture the first move, it actually hit target number 1, almost got up to target number 2, and got rejected off of there. It's going to help you understand what bids and what targets can you actually gun for. What I really like about this bid opportunity here is that it actually lines up with a clear region of resistance that has now officially flipped into support. This came in at around 90 cents. Notice these rejections right here. That was the last time back in July of this year where price actually made its way all the way up to 90 cents, got rejected off of there, and that's when we saw the meltdown back down to 69 cents. So once again, I think this is a breakout of region of resistance, and I'll be gunning for that test. That test is going to be the bid opportunity. Because honestly, I think we're heading for a pattern break. Not only have we broken out of this falling wedge, but we also have an inverted head and shoulders pattern right here, and we are currently at the neckline. The measured move to which will take Cardano all the way up to $1.70. Make sure you're pulling up the Mango Lifeline indicator for your best bids, and also do not fade the dashboard trends and volatility profiles. That's going to tell you when is it time for you to be looking for a pullback and on what time frame. I'll be linking both in the description below. If you guys think that this is a potential reality, don't forget to like the video and share it with all the Cardano folk out there. We'll be following the trade on the Discord chat, so join the Discord. Now with this, trade safely, trade stress-free, trade the Mango way, trade the easy way. Ciao, you guys.